I love you enough that I don't need validation from you right now. I love you enough that I am okay living in the 4D. I'm okay with this imaginary version of you in my head who loves me, who wants me. And you can go and you can do whatever you want in the 3D. But to me, I love you enough that I know eventually you're going to love me back. Hello, everyone. My name is Emily. I am a manifesting coach, and today I'm going to tell you all about how I manifested my SP, my boyfriend, the love of my life, and my best friend. And I I'm laughing because I'm imagining him watching this video and how awkward that's gonna be. So I would, if you are here and you are watching this, baby, please, you might want to kick out because um it might be weird for you. So anyway, to be honest, I don't really even know how to start this because I didn't manifest him in a way that I would advise anyone to manifest him now, because I did not focus on my self-concept, and I did not even know about self-concept. I didn't even know about everyone is you pushed out. So even though I did manifest my person, I didn't manifest the relationship that I feel like I deserve. Um it was still beautiful, it was still fun and exciting, and I still loved him immensely back then, but it just wasn't the best relationship. It just wasn't perfect. And so now that I know about the law, I've been able to shift that, and now we have a perfect, not perfect, but we have a really good relationship, and I'm really happy and I really love him. But when I was first trying to manifest him, the only thing that I cared about was actually manifesting him. And I did not care. I did not even know about all these other things about the law. So, really, the only thing that I did was just focus on him and our situation. And I would sit down and I would visualize. Um, Sometimes I would even like visualize us fighting because that just felt so real to me. And I cannot recommend somebody doing that. But it did help me get into the state of being a girlfriend of his, a toxic girlfriend, but a girlfriend nonetheless. So now, if somebody was coming to me about that, I would not advise them to do that. I would advise you to visualize happy things, nice things, things that feel good to you. Um, but yeah, it was definitely, I was still learning. I was still figuring out what worked and what didn't work for me. And I was also more into the law of attraction instead of the law of assumption. So I was listening to a lot of Abraham Hicks. And the one thing that I think really helped me through this process that I want to share with you is something she said in one of her lectures. I don't know which one. If you know, you can leave a comment and I'll do that thing where they like pin it or whatever. But she said that when you're like feeling, when you love somebody who doesn't love you back, you have to remind yourself and tell yourself that I love you enough for the both of us. And that statement held so much power for me. I love you enough for the both of us, because that statement, that really almost like gave me permission to feel a little bit delusional, because it was almost like saying to me, like, I love you enough that I don't need validation from you right now. I love you enough that I am okay living in the 4D. I'm okay with this imaginary version of you in my head who loves me, who wants me. And you can go and you can do whatever you want in the 3D. But to me, I love you enough that I know eventually you're going to love me back. I love you enough that I can wait. I love you enough that I can do this and I can manifest you and you can do whatever you want to do in the 3D. But I know that I love you enough in the 4D. And I want you guys to like sit with that statement too. And maybe it'll be helpful for you, maybe it won't. But for me, anytime that I was feeling rejection, anytime that I was feeling like he just did not love me in the way that I loved him, that is something that I would remind myself. And it really, really helped me get back into that state and get over that ego a little bit of, well, no, this is the 3D, this is what's real, and I need to protect myself, and I need to, live in the 3D because I love you enough for the both of us. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it wasn't like an overnight thing. It wasn't immediately that we started dating or that he became like this magical, beautiful boyfriend of mine. It did take a lot of learning, and it took a lot of practice. But one of the things that I think really helped me, and it might not help all of you, but I really loved just meditating and visualizing and living in that imaginary world with him and pretending that we were together. That is something that I've always naturally done since I was a kid. And so somebody telling me that, like, oh, all you have to do to manifest your specific person is to just imagine yourself with them, I was like, I'm gonna do that anyway, so might as well. And I loved it. I still do. I still imagine us, being married and getting engaged and all these other things that I want. And I think that it is one of the most powerful tools for me because I am such a visual, imaginative person that it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel nice and happy. And it really does put me in the state of the wish fulfilled. It puts me in the state of being with my person. And the other techniques that I would use were like repetitive affirmations, because when I was like super, super anxious, I used to drive a lot. And so I remember I would just repeat to myself on the drive home, and I still do this sometimes for other things. I would just repeat to myself over and over and over again that, he loves me, he misses me, he wants to talk to me, he's texting me right now. And it would work. And the thing is that, like, I think I've said this in before to other clients and in other videos possibly, but you have to take the little victories, I think. Instead of, sometimes always focusing on the end result of being somebody's significant other or being somebody's wife or husband, I think it's okay to like celebrate the little things. It's okay to be super excited about a text back. It's okay to see that progress unfolding and see a relationship unfolding and building, because it is truly such a beautiful experience. And you're going to look back and you're going to look back on those moments, and it's going to feel so sweet. It's not the destination, it's the journey. I really want you guys to think about that, because there are some moments where I remember, before we started dating, when we were just talking, those moments are so sweet to me and so precious that I love those memories. And I think, a lot of the times I was probably frustrated in the moment, but looking back on it now, I just cherish it because those are the building blocks that got me here. Those are the memories that I hold that, I look back and I'm like, yeah, that was a completely different version of him, and that was a completely different time in our lives, but there's so much value there because, every little moment counts. Every little moment is this building block that is going to be the foundation of something incredibly beautiful. And I know that today it might just look like, okay, well, he just texted me back, but he's not asking me out on a date yet. And okay, well, it's just a first date. It's not like he's asking me to marry him. But when you look back on those memories, they're going to feel so sweet and so precious because that's your story. And I want you guys to be okay with that. And, you know, to be okay with letting this story unfold the way that it needs to unfold. And to not feel like you have to try so hard to manifest anything or anyone, because you don't. Because if you just decide that it's yours and allow it to unfold, you're going to have a beautiful love story. And I remember, looking back, I know in the moment that it wasn't always pretty, it wasn't always fun. I know I had a lot of frustrating moments, but I still love our story. Even though I was like so full of anxiety and I did not know how he felt about me, I loved that our stupid little jokes to each other that literally meant nothing at the time is what led to our relationship. And that's the thing that I think I want you guys to take away from this, is to just be happy with the little successes. Be happy with the moment that you share, even if it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, even if it doesn't feel at that moment like the SP is yours. Just cherish it, because one day you're going to look back and you're going to see it. You're going to see exactly how your story is going to unfold, and it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be magical. So in another video, I think I'm going to talk about my mistakes that I made and how I would go about this differently. But I hope that there was something special, something helpful in there for you guys. If you have any questions, always just let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.